Hi everyone, and welcome back to the garage after a little bit of time away. Had a few days off, but we're back in now. Since the last video, you'll notice that I have tidied up a little bit, not a great deal. There's still quite a bit going on here on the benches, but not had the opportunity to tidy that up yet. But I have put up here some boards, sorted out all the loft area. There's not anything extra up there, but it's a little bit tidier, and I've made a little rack for all of the tubing. There's obviously still a lot over here that needs to go in there, but I'll sort that another time. If you follow the Instagram account, I posted up last night, I got a new cup, which I was quite excited about. If you didn't see the photos, this is a little bit of practice. It's come out really well. Not done any stainless up until now, but it's looking pretty good. Reason for that is, you might have already noticed, I've got a load of pie cuts here ready to make a start on an exhaust. Over there on the bandsaw, I've got some 4-inch tubing, which I've been cutting those off today. And over here in the engine bay, I have already welded this cone onto the V-band, and the reason for getting the pie cuts is because this is going to be quite a tight radius here. I'm actually going to cut some of this away, and I'll probably do that tonight in a little bit, just to make a bit more clearance. I'm going to have to put some strengthening in there, because just here is where the steering rack bolts to, and obviously I want to put in a bit of rigidity just there. So I'll probably make a bracket around here and tie it into the strut tower a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. You gotta get out, give you a bit better light. So I'm going to crack on with that. I'll probably cut a few more pie cuts on the bandsaw, clean those up and start tacking them together, and away we go. Oh, one other thing to mention, along with the new cup, I've also got a Y fitting onto my existing regulator. 2 flow meters, already had a flow meter before, but a second flow meter, and this one here is going to be for back purging. So the exhaust system, planning on being a 4-inch system all the way through. Hopefully along with that gearbox mount I'll have enough clearance there, and hopefully it doesn't hang too low, but the plan is to have a full 4-inch system all the way to either the back or a side exit. Because there is no fuel tank here anymore, there's plenty of space for silencers, and I may just come out the side. Undecided yet, but it probably will go that way, I'll be honest. But let me know what you think. And yeah, the idea is obviously could back purge it, so we don't get any of the sugaring on the inside. This obviously was not back purged, and you can see just inside there there's quite a bit of sugaring going on with that. In my haste, I did do this without a back purge, without the new cup as well, so it got a little bit hot, and there is a fair bit of sugaring on that, which I'll clean up, and I'll probably go over again, pulse over it with the new cup, and yeah, hopefully that'll be alright. But I'm going to crack on. So there's plenty of clearance there now. Obviously this will get tidied up. It was a bit of a struggle to get the grinder in there because the block was in the way, but obviously the engine will come out at a later date and I'll be able to clean all that up, cut it all down nice and flush, as close to the body as I can. And what I'll probably end up doing is probably a brace around there. I'll probably do it on this one over here as well. It was always the plan. Probably brace off there to one of the suspension points. I may as well put where the front legs of the cage come through to the towers. I'll probably put another bar in there to go into here. Maybe it'll triangulate off that, so it's all a bit stiffer, because at the minute there's not really, apart from that there, another one there, one from the underside there. That is all that holds the rack in from memory. No, there's nothing behind there, so yeah, obviously that will flex when there's a decent amount of load on there, so that'll have to get stiffened up. But for now, that has given me the clearance I need to get the downpipe in. So I'll chuck the manifold and turbo back on, and we'll go from there. Well, as a start, what I'll do is whilst on the bench, pull these all a little bit straighter. You can see there's a few little steps and gaps. Tack it up a little bit better, and then get the purge line on it and fully weld it up. Like I said, the first bit of the downpipe I got tacked up on the bench, and then I just got into it. Still hot, but I don't think it's looking all that bad. Now, there's a few marks on it where I did originally have this taped up, and all the tape, all the adhesive melted. I've got some dirty marks on there now, but I don't think that came out too bad. Considering I've never done stainless before, and this, apart from playing around on that bit, this is all the practice I had on stainless. I just went into it. I don't think that came out too bad. I don't know if you can see that. Ignore this first weld here, because that was done without purge, and you can see there's quite a bit of sugaring on there, but these inside welds are very nice, very clean, no sugaring, because obviously I purged it. So if you're ever wondering whether you need to purge or not, the answer is yes. But I'm quite pleased with that. I think that'll look quite nice once it's all cleaned up and well, finished. But for now, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. That's all been fusion welded. That is without filler rod. Pulse setting on the TIG at, I think it was 0.7 pulses a second. You can see that there is a full penetration all the way through, so there shouldn't be any issues with the strength. Obviously, if this were a manifold, I would be adding filler, but for an exhaust, that should be plenty strong enough. I think that looks pretty neat. Anyway, it is, let's see what time it is, 11:30, so it's a Thursday night. I best get in, work tomorrow. I will see you later. Good evening everyone. We're back in the garage, and as you can see, I've made a bit more progress. It's looking half decent, and the welds have come out pretty well. I don't know if I mentioned that this was the first bit of stainless I've ever welded, and that's come out quite nicely there. This one's not so great. There was a decent gap I had to bridge across here, and I was in a bit of a rush. It's been some time since I started this, probably a couple of weeks actually. I don't know what the weather's been like round by you, but it's been absolutely scorching here. Coming back after a day at work, being in 35-degree heat, last thing I've wanted to do is get in the garage and get welding, so this has been put on the back burner a little bit, but we're back in tonight just to finish this up. What I do have to do before I fully weld this up is I've tacked it together in place, and I just need to double check, make sure that it fits in the car, and the V-band is exactly where it wants to be. There's not that much space down there for a 4-inch system anyway, especially with the size of this flex pipe. It gets a little bit tight in there. I've decided to, if you can see, the flex pipe is still on the downward part, and it's not underneath the car. Reason for that is obviously there isn't that much room under there. With the car going to be running relatively low, I want to keep everything as high as I can, and if you know these cars, the S4 or B5s in general, the belly in the middle is quite low, so even when they don't look particularly low because the sills are fairly high, the middle of the car is quite low, and it does scrape on quite a few things. And I have had a rather low S4 in the past, and that scraped on everything, so I even almost got stuck in an underground car park in Belgium once. But anyhow, I'm going to crack on with this. I'll quickly test fit it, I'll get it purged, and hopefully get this finished tonight. I say finished, we'll also have to put in a lambda bung into this, be round here somewhere, but that can follow. And yeah, crack on. Okay, downpipe in place, and I'll get the light. You see it's fairly tight down there. Okay, there's not much room at all either side. Down beside the gearbox. You can see there it's fairly tight as well. Very close to the gearbox and the body of the car and the subframe, but there's enough room in there. The V-band goes on there. We'll trim off a bit of thread that comes out, and you see where I've notched out the out of the tunnel to make a bit more space for the gearbox. There is this extra bit of metal that needs to get trimmed off still, and that will need to get ground back flush. But good news is downpipe fits. I'll take that off and get it fully welded tonight. Now, whilst I'm waiting for that to purge, I didn't mention just now that at the weekend, last weekend, I had a good friend pop over. He's a photographer, a guy named Pete Anderson. He shot some good pictures whilst I got a lot of this done. I didn't get the camera out and film. Obviously it's not what I normally do, so it seemed a bit strange to get the camera out with other people there. I'm obviously more comfortable doing it when there's no one here watching, but he took some photos. I've posted one up so far. Probably by the time you're watching this, I'll probably post up a few more. His Instagram account is down here. If you want to go see some of his work, it's pretty good. But that should be there or thereabouts now. I'll leave it a couple more minutes and I'll start fiddling with the settings on the TIG and get ready to get going. Right, and that is fully welded. It's still hot. Not finished long ago, but it's looking pretty good. Not bad for my first bit of stainless steel fabrication, with a TIG anyway. I've made up exhaust before, but I've not been TIGging for that long, so I am quite pleased with how that's turned out, I'll be honest. Not bad at all. Okay, I think I'll probably end this video here. If you've enjoyed it, like and subscribe. If you've got any questions, drop them below in the comment. You can also follow me on Instagram, which is at RWD_Saudi. It's where I post most of my images, all of my images. Also, let me know what you think about how I should finish off the exhaust, whether it should go straight out the back or it should come out the side or sides. Let me know what you think in the comments. I do have an idea of how I'm going to tackle it, but I'd like to know your opinions on that. The next video probably won't be completing the exhaust. I'll probably leave that for a little while until I know what I'm going to do at the rear. I've got to order up some more bits of pipe and stuff like that. I'll probably get on with finishing off the centre bearing. That video is kind of, although I kind of enjoyed the edit of that, it seemed to end a little bit prematurely, probably because I didn't finish it, and it's been ages since I'd posted up a new video, and I just had it, uploaded it. It wasn't the best video, sue me. But that'll do for now. Thanks for watching.